Fox News host Laura Ingraham got backlash for claiming she knows Minnesota well, though she mixed it up with neighboring state of Wisconsin when criticizing Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. First, Ingraham said Kamala Harris' VP pick has a tiny brain and slammed his handling of the aftermath of George Floyd's murder in his state. Sure, Tim Walz was a popular teacher, but listen to him for 5 minutes on YouTube, and you realize why so many high schoolers don't know much about the Constitution? They learn from people like Walz, she said. If you know Minnesota well, and I know it well, especially Milwaukee, it's changed, she continued, making a huge gaffe, which many people caught. One person wrote, if Milwaukee is in Minnesota, I guess a lot really has changed. While another added, I hate it when they move the cities I know well to a different state. A third person added, Milwaukee is in Minnesota now? Imagine if Joe Biden said that, while another joked, ah yes, the windy apple of brotherly love that never sleeps. I know it like the back of my hand. Laura's obviously suffering from an unfortunate cognitive decline. She really needs to make way for a younger generation to protect her legacy. It's only going to get worse. Laura, it's time to step down and be replaced by a much younger conservative firebrand, Katie Tour, a fifth user added. Ingraham's comments come amid complaints about Walz's response at the time, including Donald Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance. They make an interesting tag team because, of course, Tim Walz allowed rioters to burn down Minneapolis in the summer of 2020, Vance told Fox News on Tuesday, August 6. Meanwhile, a former president spoke out the next day, stating, I helped him very much during the riots because his house was surrounded by people that were waving an American flag. In May 2020, protests occurred in Minnesota where Floyd was killed by police and across the country. While some violence broke out, Walz was able to defuse the situation by mobilizing the Minnesota National Guard 3 days later. Though Trump has been critiquing Walz's response, at the time he actually praised him, saying, what they did in Minneapolis was incredible. They went in and dominated, and it happened immediately. At Trump's last-minute press conference on August 8, he continued to hit back at his new opponent. I'm not a big fan of his brain, but I think that she's actually not as smart as he is, he said, bringing up President Biden. She's a woman. She represents certain groups of people, Trump added.